What's up, creepers and geekers? Christy, Atari Creep. How is everyone doing this fine and lazy Sunday afternoon? I'm gonna bring this out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I know this is stuff I probably should have had ready, but it's a shit show here. So it is what it is. So give me a second, we'll get started here. That must be a wonderful noise right there. Wonderful noise. You know what? That's good enough for government work. So what's going on, everybody? Especially anyone who's coming in after the fact. Let me pop up my my channel here so I can have a chat open. So I'll give a few people a few minutes to get in here. And if you can hear the printer going in the background, I'd say my apologies, but I've warned you a number of times that that's going to happen a lot. We're actually printing a house for a hamster right now. We were originally going to do like a Castle Grayskull hut, but it was just too damn big. Even if I scaled it down, he still wouldn't have been able to get into it. So it was too big for the enclosure. Hey, Anastasia ringing. What up, Buttercup? It was too big for the cage, so we're making this little thing. Hold on 1 second, I gotta get something. All right, here we go. What?
I'm just wondering what the pieces are for.
These pieces? It's for a lightsaber.
Nice.
You'll see here. It'll be done in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. One of the kids just came in here. So, yeah, we got this little hut going on. Printing the front of it. And once that's done, maybe I'll post a picture of it on my regular Facebooks and stuff like that, and you'll get to see it if you follow me on Instagram. Maybe I'll do it there too, because I like sharing my 3D printing world. It's funny. I have a file on my personal Facebook page. My 3D printing adventures, and every time I've been posting something, I keep forgetting to put it in there. I keep forgetting to put it in there. But that's what's printing now. The front of that house. Maybe if it's done before the stream's over, we'll put that together too. But moving on. What we have here, besides a failure to communicate, are pieces to a lightsaber. My buddy Mike of Irmo Custom Models got this idea to cross-contaminate Deckard's gun from Bladerunner and a lightsaber, more importantly, Luke Skywalker's from A New Hope. He also has a Empire Strikes Back version, hence the screw holes here. I chose to go A New Hope with the what would you call these? The T-grips. They're really, I think they were just windshield wipers for a truck when they actually made the weapon itself. But yeah, we're just going to assemble it. Nothing crazy. Just nice, relaxing, easy Sunday afternoon. I'm going to try not to bump into the tripod too much. And I may pause to get myself a beverage. So let me pull all the pieces out. And we'll go over them one by one, and we will plan our attack. This is pretty ingenious. When he first told me about it, I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of neat. And then I saw what was going on. I'm like, dude, that works way too well. Way too well. So what we're going to start with here is this is the grip. This is the bottom of the saber. This is the pommel section, which we won't put the D-ring on it. We'll do that last. Matter of fact, I may not even do it in the stream because I want to keep it upright like this until I can get some kind of a display for it. Similar to this, I still have this over here. I'm sure I've shown it off to a few people. Let me blow the dust off of it. But I designed this base, believe it or not, myself. But this is a lightsaber. I still have to paint a blue dot down here. I don't know who came up with the original concept of it, but it's made to be Grogu's. once he becomes an actual Jedi. This is the knob from the Mandalorian's ship that he liked to play with quite a bit. And I was happy to see that they incorporated that. And the rest of it's some pretty familiar, Luke Skywalker stuff, along with maybe a Yoda size. And of course, it has the Mandalorian's crest, the Sutton horn. And I can't ever remember what it's called. My buddy Mike, who designed the lightsaber that we're going to build today, likes to correct me all the time on that. The only thing I didn't do is print a way to mount this to a belt clip or anything. Some of these on Thingiverse have the CoverTech little disc thing here. I think what I'm going to do is just print one of those up and incorporate it one way or the other. But for now, I just have it on this stand that I put together. This part existed already. I just took this in and made it work and then put a stick on the end of it in Tinkercad. And it worked out fairly well. It worked out actually really well. Really well. So, hey, what's up? Let's see. Flat Earth Video Gamer. What's going on, buddy? All right, so just enough of that, but we won't put the D-clip on here, the D-ring on here, until after I have something to mount the thing to. But we have all the other pieces, so I decided to go with a black and red theme. I originally, let me go get it. I originally had gray. Gray for the receiver. This is a failed print. I originally had gray as the receiver, but after I put the red in it, I was like, and with the black, I was like, nah, that just looks stupid. This by itself looks nice, but nah, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna actually save this piece for if I ever do make a 3D printed Deckard's blaster. But we'll get to that someday in the future. So I'm going with the black and red theme. We are not going to paint this one to make it look realistic. I will do one of those in the future. This is just to put it together. And you know what? Maybe I will paint this one. Maybe at the end of the day, I'll paint this one in the future. I don't know, but for right now, I'm going to leave it kind of cartoony and plasticky, just to demonstrate the model itself. I really love this design. I can't wait to get it. I've had it together, except for not, glued and secured. And I think you're going to be amazed by how well these two weapon crossover pieces work together. Flat Earth Video Gamer says, just relaxing before I gotta go to work. Right on. Thanks for coming by and spending some time with me. I really appreciate that. And I got a little bit of Gorilla Super Glue here. I got the ladies out on a walk, and they may be bringing me back another bottle. I should have more than enough. I only really need a dab or two on each piece. So I've already roughed up the bottom of these. I'll do it again a little bit more. Yeah, and I just want to scratch a little bit of lines in here so that the glue has something to bite onto. Check this out, though, real quick as I knock over my glue bottle. I needed a little flat sander thing, so I went on Thingiverse and I printed one up. Everyone thinks it looks like Tron Cycle. I think it looks like a dude choking his girl out while railing her, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, let's just score some of this up just a little bit, not that much. Like I said, he has a version of the T-grips where you can, like the ESB, Empire Strikes Back. I prefer the non-screwed-in look, and they only did that because the grips kept falling off during production during A New Hope. That's really all there is to that. I mean. But since you weren't here earlier, Flat Earth Gamer, my buddy Mike of Irmo Custom Models designed a lightsaber / Deckard from Bladerunner handgun blaster, whatever you want to call it, crossover, and sent me the files. And I've been excited. I've had this thing printed for over a week now. And I meant to come on last night, but my lady had like an online thing with her church, and they were playing trivia and all kinds of crap and getting loud, so I decided against streaming last night. So I'm not really going to put a lot on here. Just spread one dab. Just a dab will do. Now this likes to rock a little bit, so I'm going to kind of just hold it in place until... Now in a perfect world, what I would do is I would put them all on and then put a rubber band around it and let it set up if I were using like epoxy, which is what I prefer actually. For structural reasons, but again, this is just going to be a display piece. I'm not going to be cosplaying with this or anything. So, I'm just hoping the bottom of this is touching the bottom of this so that the glue will take hold. It doesn't seem like it is. No, it's not. Interesting. So what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of glue on the edges. Let's see if that does anything. Alright, so the T-rails don't go all the way in. But that worked. I'm probably going to have to re-glue this one. But now I know I have to actually... I might actually just put the glue on these. On the edges here. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, is that secured? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna redo this. What I'm actually gonna do is take this super glue and I'm gonna put it on the edge. If you don't super glue yourself to your project at least once while you're working on it, I don't think you actually did your job. I don't think you did it well. Alright, let's just put a dab right in here. The only thing I don't like about this method is there could be some squeeze out. I fucking hate squeeze out so much. Yeah, we're gonna get some squeeze out. There we go. I got rid of it. Alright, so let me just make sure this is straight. Man, there's nothing worse than finishing a project, sitting back to look at it and going, fuck, that's crooked. Especially after you're done. Especially after you're done. Alright, we're going to give that a second. So, it looks like I need to scuff up the edges here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it in a cross pattern so I can hold the two together. I don't think that'll matter either way, but... So I can hold the two pieces together. So, what I'm going to do is just put one little dab here. And spread it. Spread it. Oh shit, that was way too much. Way too much. But I love doing little projects like this. I absolutely love it. I love watching things come together. That's what it is. There's a certain... Actually, that looks awesome just like that alone. I mean, I'm not going to leave it like that, but... There's a couple of stages in a project that I absolutely love. My very favorite stage of any project is when you're done doing all the sanding and the filling and the priming and the refilling and the resanding, and the thing's gray and it's got a couple of like rust color spots from the Bondo spot putty and a little bit of Bondo here and there. That's my favorite, whether it be a car, whether it be a prop, anything like a guitar. I'm working on a bass guitar right now. That's my favorite stage, when everything is just rough and almost ready for the final primer. I absolutely love that stage of any build. Alright, so I think those are good. I think those are good to go. Alright, so we're gonna hopefully not go a little nuts like we did last time. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. That's fine. That's good. Alright, let me look at it from the top. Make sure the thing is secured. Alright. So I honestly don't know how long this is going to take. I mean, you'll know if you watch this after the fact. You'll know how long the video is. Oh my god. Alright, let's do the opposite side. Let's do the opposite side. Ooh, there's a little bit of schmutz in there. A little bit of schmutz. So, like I said, the receiver and the barrel have to be slid in together. I don't know if I want to glue them or just glue them down to the base and leave it as is. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get to that stage, but hopefully my buddy Mike will pop in, because there's a few pieces, like there's a couple of pins. I have no idea what they're for. And there's a few things on here that I know what they're supposed to be for, and I know the orientation of them, but I'm not going to keep them like that. Since this thing doesn't really exist in any universe, I'm going to make it my own, you know? And probably after the fact, I might add some greaves to it. Just to, you know, make it more my own. So I hope that doesn't really bother him. What I'm really excited about is this piece here. This is the magazine. We'll get to it. but it's designed to accept a bunch of LEDs and an actual switch, like it is in the movie too, you know. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Cool. Very cool. All right. What do I do with this? I know somebody's going to come on and be like, dude, put a cap on that glue. I can't. Something went weird with this bottle. I went to open it last night, and there was glue boogers all over the top of it, but it was like coagulated, not solid. So I just left it open and let it dry and then crusted it off. I may have tipped it over and not secured the... Okay, I'm just squaring this up now. And not secured the cap, and it leaked out a little bit around the rim here. I always have to pop a hole in it. I mean, that's just the nature of super glue. Every time you put it away and have to use it again. But it was just weird. I've never had that happen before. And I've done a lot of super glue in my day, and I've used super glue in a lot of different manners. And I've never had that happen before. Never in a million years. And I've been alive that long. 1.6 million, actually. I'm kind of hoping, like, my Van Helsing comes and puts a stake through my fucking heart. Someday. It's a long time to be around. All right. Oh, shit. While these are drying, I want to show you something really cool I got from the Oriental Trading Company. And maybe you guys can help me out finding the rest of them, because the Oriental Trading Company is not selling them anymore. And I can't find them online. I mean, I found pictures. I found one video of someone showing them off, which I stopped watching because I want to be surprised of what's inside the package. But fuck, I have a little shiny glue spot right here. I guess I can go in there with 220 after the fact and just kind of clean it up. Maybe use a little alcohol. But either way. You know what? Let me get a couple elastic bands. Let me get a couple of elastic bands so I can clamp these things. This bag here I got from the Dollar Tree. See if I can find a couple of little guys. I'll do 3 of them. Maybe 4. Maybe we'll do 4. Alright, here we go. We got 4 of them. What I really need to do is put these in a Ziploc baggie. A Ziploc baggie. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I do a stream on Sunday nights. I'm thinking about playing that Night Guy in Low Res World tonight and seeing how far I can go. Alright. In the 1 hour time, I've really only played it that one time I did the video. And that's actually the most recent video I posted. I'm thinking about playing that tonight. The IO High Score Squad Challenge is an Odyssey 2 game. And I downloaded the ROM and I put an emulator on my machine. I guess OpenMU has that option. Yeah, we'll leave that just like that for now. Has that as an option. But I can't get it to work because OpenMU does not recognize my keyboard, and you have to press a number to get the game started. And which is weird because, like, for the Atari 2600, when you go into the controller options, you can map anything out on the controller that's on the console. Like, black and white, color, all of your difficulty switches, your select and reset and all that stuff. I'm able to do that, but with the Odyssey one, when you go into the controller settings, it really only has the joystick settings, and then the rest of it's all the, fast rewind or save states and all that crap. So commonly what you would do is you would just go into the keyboard and hit map out that, but my keyboard doesn't get recognized by fucking OpenMU. All my technology is like that close. It's always almost there. Almost there. Just enough to get by, but not enough to do anything really wacky and fun. But what are you going to do? I'm grateful to have what I do have. So, all right, let me have a sip of coffee and we'll get to the I guess you would call it the magazine receiver, a barrel thing. I don't know. The way this piece works, let me put that aside, is on the gun. This is your actual magazine, and it goes in like that. And what's cool is it's printed, so it'll actually kind of stay. But you need to use magnets. I guess there's like little peg holes here for a pin, I guess, of sorts. Maybe little magnets or whatever. But it's designed so that you can have the functionality of, you know, being the cool guy, reloading the magazine. And most people put like a little, you know, LED setup in these holes and everything. I'm going to use this as my ignition button for the lightsaber. I will eventually put the LEDs in here. But I actually might hollow this out just a little bit after the fact and put a crystal in there. And just a little LED coming off of, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe when I print the one that I'm going to actually paint and make look realistic, maybe that one. Cassandra, how you doing? Mario Kart 8, nice. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I hope you are as well. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. But when I print one of these to actually paint and make look realistic, I'm going to turn this into a crystal chamber. And this is going to be incorporated into that. But that's that. All right, so this right here, let me scuff this up a little. This is the next piece to be received onto that. Do that. And it's going to line up just like this. Like that, and it's a nice tight fit. And like I said, there's pins, and there's pins in this thing too to receive the magazine. But the trick to this is just making sure this is lined up properly, because there is a little wiggle room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the glue on this thing, and then I'm not going to do anything here. Let me scuff up the inside of it though. Let me scuff up the inside so the glue has something to grab onto on this piece. Do kind of a cross hatch pattern. That usually works the best for me. It's funny, I've been getting really back into live streaming here on YouTube, and it's all been project builds. For anyone who comes here for the gaming stuff, my apologies, but we'll get back to that, I promise. I got some things in the work here. I may, depending on how things go with the Switch, figure out how to stream with that. I know you need a capture and all that crap, so I don't want to just put my cell phone in front of the gamepad, you know, like I do with everything else. All right, so let's glue this bad boy up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all the glue right here on the male part of this, and let that kind of drip down, and hopefully this will slide the glue down to where it needs to go. Make sure that's square. There we go. I'm going to give that just a second to set up. Nice. I may have used a little bit too much glue. Oh, Flat Earth Video Gamer, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate that. Hey, you have a good day at work. I don't know what you do for work, but be safe. And try to enjoy your day. Hopefully you enjoy your work. I know I certainly do. Not your work. I enjoy mine. But thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate it. All right. Sip of coffee. It's all good, he says. Or she. You know what? Honestly, I don't want to offend. It's a weird time. It makes me feel awkward saying he or she, but I'm just going to say whatever I say, and if it offends somebody, my apologies. How about I just say you? Thank you, you. But no, seriously, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. The walk to Alzheimer's is coming up, guys. March is when I'm going to announce it. I've made it my point. I know I usually wait until the summertime, but last year we started early. And I'm going to make it my point to do it in March for two reasons. One, because it's my birthday. 2, because St. Patty's Day rules. But also, my father's anniversary of passing from Alzheimer's is also in March, on the 16th of March, which ironically was his favorite Bible verse, 3:16. Luke or Mark or I don't know. The one that used to, John, the one you used to see at football games all the time growing up. At least I did. He used to watch a lot of football. So, so I'm going to do the official announcement there. I have some really exciting incentive prize news that I am, it's like sitting on a hot burner. I can't wait to get off of it and let you see, not to burn, you know what I mean. But there is something going down this year that I've wanted to do. I wanted to do it last year. That I am way excited for, and I think a lot of you will be excited as well. Last year was an enormous success. I usually set my goal at $1,000, and the many years that I've been doing this, I've come this close to it but never hit it. Last year we got almost $2,500, if not $2,500, for the Alzheimer's Association and Alzheimer's research. And guys, I can't thank every one of you enough. Whether you just shared the link, you just spoke about it, bought a t-shirt. I don't know who's going to design this year's t-shirt. My buddy who designed it last year seems to kind of be on a hiatus. I may talk to him in a little bit, but we'll see. Or donating, or whatever. We got Chris with Video Game Dust Sleeves. He's got a custom dust sleeve for this specific thing. You can have it for any of your cartridge-based systems. If you have an N64 game that you want to put a dust sleeve on, not only will he make one with the game label or your own custom like Cassandra, if you wanted some showing off your channel's logo, he'll do those as well. And they're fairly priced. I don't want to say how much I pay for mine because it may not be the same, but let's just say each one's well into $5. Really great quality stuff. But he does one for free every year, for me anyway, for the Alzheimer's Association. And when you purchase them, every dime goes to the Alzheimer's Association. He doesn't take a cut for his materials, his time, or any of his work. Shipping it out, nothing. As soon as he makes a handful of sales, he sends me the money. It goes right into the Alzheimer's Association. It's amazing. The past couple of years, Retro Game Boys has donated a custom gamepad that he makes personally. It's always a great time. I can't say thank you enough to everybody who's been involved. Last year, Rich of the Bacon Ice Cream Company, or Productions, he went not only above and beyond, but even beyond that, I guess. He not only donated a grip of times, he held his own giveaway on his channel just to bring up awareness, but he did his own walk. He did his own walk. It was great. Such an amazing time. I'd like to help you raise money or donate prizes to help raise. Okay, very cool. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as the Atari Creep. You can always reach out to me there after you hear what's going on with this. We had my buddy Mike donate a bunch of games last year that were sealed for PlayStation 3 and 4. I think there was one DS game or a 3DS game in there, and that was a big hit. Of course, I give incentives every now and then. Like last year, I painted one of the Toony Terra Jason Voorhees figures and made it look like an NES one and gave that away. It's always a good time. It's a great time. Everyone comes out. Really great support. But that donation, that $2 donation, is going to go towards that. So I can't thank people enough who do that. I don't keep any of the money, to be honest with you. All right, so now we're going to put a piece on. I think it's called the Pen. I honestly don't even know what it was in the real world. I could tell you what most of this was. I could tell you what rifle this came from. Same with the barrel and everything. And I could tell you what the lightsaber was made from in the real world. But for the life of me, because I don't really research it, I don't know what this piece is. It's just called the Pen. And, yeah, I don't know. And it goes right here. Goes right here. And unfortunately, the way I printed it, some of the support structure is still kind of there, and it's not the prettiest piece. I'm actually thinking about doing it the opposite way, because that kind of covers it, but it doesn't want to fit that way. So yeah, you know what? We'll just do it proper. We'll do it proper, because there's like a little cutaway here in this little nub that kind of locks it into place. Really great design. Now, one thing my buddy Mike wanted me to stress enough is that he didn't actually design all this from scratch. He took 2 existing models and put it into a program and just kind of made them work together. So he doesn't want to take credit for the actual designing of all of this. So just keep that in mind. This was more of a labor of love, and I don't know if he's going to make these files available. I doubt it. That's not really kind of his gig, but him and I are really good friends in the prop making world and in the real world, as far as, you know, chatting every day. He's in Canada, I'm in Boston. I'm hoping this isn't a mistake, not putting these on first. We're going to find out, aren't we? We're going to find out the hard way. Sandra says, get in touch with me when you make the announcement. Of course I will. I will. Thank you so much for volunteering, whatever it is that you're going to volunteer. Yeah, my gratitude is enormous to anyone who helps out with that. So, to me, anyway, it's a very important cause. Lost my father to the disease. I lost my uncle last year, which ironically, I don't want to say ironically, it's my dad's sister's husband. So that poor woman's not only lost her husband and her big brother to Alzheimer's. The guy I was talking about before, Retro Game Boys, who donate a custom controller, had a grandmother with Alzheimer's the first year he got involved. And unfortunately, we lost her before the end of the campaign. I felt horrible, so I donated, or I dedicated some of that to her as well. My girlfriend does the walk. Her grandmother passed of the disease. That's how I learned about the walk to begin with. When I moved back to Boston, she says, yeah, I do this in September. Yeah, so I got involved because my father passed of it. Dude was only 63 years old. It's fucking crazy. I'm crazy. So we're going to let that set up. I'll put it aside for now. I'm going to move the magazine. So what we have here is the barrel and the receiver for a rifle. Maybe I should stop saying words like gun and firearm. YouTube's not going to like that, you know. But they... Ooh, that's a odd noise. They go together like this. And there are pins and screws that you're supposed to... We're not doing any of that today. We're not doing any of that today. We're just doing the main structure, and then I'm going to be like, bye-bye. And there's a pin to integrate the 2 pieces. You can see there's the female section, the male section. And I'm just going to give this just a little bit more time to set up before I mess around with it. I want to make sure it's secure, because it didn't feel secure when I first put it down. Much like with the grips, I don't know if the glue's actually touching. I'm hoping it is. I'm glad I went with this black and red look. I think it looks rad. I think it's looking really good. Cassandra says she loves Boston. Awesome. I lived in Springfield, Ashland, and Framingham for a few years. Framingham I used to go to a lot. I used to be the general manager of a Friendly's up here. One of the corporate training stores in a town called Woburn. And they were right off 93. It's not there anymore. There's a Wendy's there now, but and we used to go down to Framingham all the time. There was a training center Friendly's had down there. I know they're originally from Wilbraham, Mass, but Framingham, they had a training session. And I actually used to teach this thing called Serve Safe, which is part of the National Food Safety Council. I was an instructor in that. Fortunately and unfortunately. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you have responsibilities like that, you're just like, fuck. I wish I hadn't gotten involved in this. But it was fun. It was fun. I worked at New England Center for Children for a few years on Route 9. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not going to ask you where you live, but are you still in Massachusetts now, or you can decline to answer that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I won't take any offense, and I'm sure nobody else here on the internets will take offense. I don't think I'm going to glue these together. I'm going to leave these loose because I think once I get glue on both these surfaces, it'll just kind of do its own thing. There's a little bit of wiggle room here when setting this in, so I am going not to glue this piece to this piece. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. I do need to shoot. This is a reprint. I do need to clean out in here. When you print, I printed this like this on the bed. The very first layer has like a little bit of a flare out. I guess you could almost call it flash, like when you're casting plastic. When you're casting plastic, and that prevents this from seating flush. Oh, it really wasn't all that bad with this one. I'm still learning the hobby, so there is a way to set your first couple layers temperature so it doesn't do all that. I'm not that advanced yet. I'm far from it. I use recommended settings. My buddy who designed this mic helps me out a lot. He's got the same printer. As a matter of fact, the reason I got the printer I have is because of him. He kept recommending it, and since he knows that printer inside and out, I chose to go with the first one. This one here, because I knew if I had any issues, he would he'd not only have the answer, but he'd be there for me to hook up with the info. But it's been a real instrumental help. He said to me yesterday, he's like, dude, you're not having as many problems as I was kind of hoping. You don't bug me too much. So I guess that's good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tooth this up a little bit. I can't really. I guess I could get inside there. I tooth that up. I'm going to put this in first. To this. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should put it in this first. That way I can square it up on this. Actually, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Or maybe I shouldn't glue these at all until I'm ready to set the whole thing together. I don't know. You live in Connecticut, you miss Massachusetts, so that's great. Connecticut's nice. Connecticut's really nice. There was a mall in Danbury, Connecticut that we used to go to in the 90s called the Danbury Music Mall. And this guy named Ron something or Ron... I can't remember. He's out in Vegas now. Enormous guitar broker, I guess you would call him. But he somehow bought a closed down mall in Danbury, Connecticut. And each store was a different brand. So if you wanted a BC Rich guitar, you go into the BC Rich store. I mean, they weren't like BC Rich themselves didn't put the store together. He just had so much stock. So he had enough stuff to... This outlet, this space is BC Rich. This is Kramer. This is Jackson. This is Gibson. This is, plus he had his own custom stuff. We used to go down there all the time. His stuff was expensive. He was a little bit more expensive than, say, finding it at a local place like Daddy's Junkie Music or Guitar Center. Or we had a place called EU Wurlitzer's right across from BU. Or BC. I can't remember. It was right there on the same strip. Same strip the Guitar Center in Boston's at now. But he would be able to find the stuff that nobody could find. If you wanted a very specific Kramer guitar, because Kramer was out of business at that point, he had it. And if he didn't have it, he had the pieces to make it. It was amazing. But you would end up spending way too much for it. And at the time I had it. I was young. I didn't really have many responsibilities with my money. Nor was I very responsible with it. All right, let's put these back together. Sorry about that zipping noise if it bothers you. So this is what I think we should do. Maybe I shouldn't glue this at all. I'm not going to glue this tab at all. I'm going to just let it be. I'm going to let the glue on this set up on this. And this will just be a guide. Once the glue sets up, it'll be fine. This is just going to keep it from twisting or falling off, and it gives it some structure too. I think that's my huckleberry right there. The only other thing I'm concerned about, maybe I should have prepped this before I started streaming, is I don't know if you can see this V that goes down like less than a millimeter. So I'm kind of hoping that'll be enough surface for it to secure to glue-wise. It should. You're not good with your money. I am now. Believe me, I have to be now. I'm semi-retired from corrections. And I'm Mr. Mom, so I work part-time, so I don't have a lot of cash on hand. Bad hip. But I'm planning on going back to full-time here this year. Now that the kids are in middle school and they can just do whatever the fuck they want. Just get the hell out of the house. Go do something. Get out of my face, you brat! Alright, let's tooth this up. Man, if you guys are here for the Lunar Patrol buggy, I gashed myself. I think it was here on my thumb. It healed up well because I super glued it together. But I bled. You know what? And I was so slick about it. I watched it. It was a live stream like this. I was just like, yeah, I just kind of cut myself. And off camera, I just kind of wiped it off and put super glue on it. And I didn't bleed on anything except for me, but it was bad. I should have got stitches. But there's really no scar. There's no scar. It was right there. You can see that little... I think you can. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm in camera. But I'm surprised I didn't just do that there with this. All right, let's... Chris, shut up and just start gluing, all right? Just start gluing. Oh, man. I'm hungry. Got some chorizo in the fridge. Some chorizo. I love chorizo. My guts don't. I fucking love it. All right. Oh, I should have tested to see if I had clearance. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me just make sure it's straight. Perfect. Perfect. Mike, dude. Hey, Linda, what's up, hon? It's Linda, the gamer girl. She's here. She's playing games. Let me make sure that secures down a little bit. All right. All right, I'm just going to let that set up a little bit. I know you can't really see it that well now because it's a tall thing. But I promise you I'll set it down in a minute. I just don't want to mess up its orientation while it sets up. So I'm going to step aside and get myself a tasty beverage because I'm all out of coffee here. 10 out of 10 singing. Thanks, Linda. I appreciate it. Yeah, Cassandra, Linda, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get me a beverage. All right, I'm back. Oh, man. Has anyone ever told you that you sound like Seth Rogen? No, Seth Rogen's not one. I've been told I sound like the bigger dude on Penn and Teller. When he used to do the announcements for Comedy Central, was it? With Seth Rogen, huh? That's interesting. Or am I imagining that? You may, I don't know. Maybe I do sound like Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen is part of the Alzheimer's Association. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He's actually commented on a few of my posts on Instagram. Oh, fluffernutters. That wasn't secured. Uh-oh. I think we got a problem here. All right, let me pull it apart. I just want to get these damn elastics off of it. What is the problem here? I think what I need to do is put the glue on this. Or maybe it's just not mating. It's just not mounting. Oh shit, that's a lot of glue. Oh no. You know what, maybe that's what I need. Maybe I just need a ton of glue so it reaches up to it and there's not really a gap there. It's flush. I don't know. I'm going to just have to sit here and hold it. You sound like somebody. Hopefully I sound like me. Maybe not Seth Rogen. You know, I very well could sound like him. But yeah, he campaigns for the Alzheimer's Association every year too. I think it was his grandmother who passed away of it. His grandmother. He does Hilarity for Charity, I think it's called. And it's an Alzheimer's-based charity. Haven't ever spoken to the guy. He seems like a nice dude. I hear he's in the hot seat right now with the cancel culture. I mean, I don't know if he did anything or not. But I hear he's in the hot seat right now. I don't know why. Because I don't pay attention to that crap. So we're going to let that just sit for a little bit. Alright, yeah. We're just going to let it sit like that. Let's start whipping these things out. So we got a bunch of little bits and bobs. Here's the D-ring that's going to go on the pommel on the bottom. We're not going to worry about that today because, like I said, I'm gonna have to display it just like it is right here until I get a thing. I could be, you know what, Cassandra? I could be way wrong on that. I thought I heard someone say that. So we got a couple of, I printed two of these, one in gray and one in red. No idea where this is supposed to go. No clue. I'm going to make it up as I go. This is missing its, I'm just going to say a nipple. There was a little, actually I have another one right here. But that's okay because I'm going to put it in like that instead of like this like it's supposed to be. The ends here are supposed to have some detail. I printed a couple of different ones, red, and it's funny, I broke the nipple off of this one too. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, so I guess we're going with that kind of consistency. I printed up a bunch of these extra pegs. There was really only one, but I think I was supposed to do multiple. Then we got this here, which I'll show you what this is all about in a minute, which looks like I need to sand a little. I need to sand that bad Larry. And then this right here, this is part of the Graflix Lightsabrr. These are part of the actual blaster thing. I don't know where any of it's really truly supposed to go except for these, but shit, what was I gonna say? I remember what I was saying. But either way, let me get a flat piece of sandpaper. I mean, I could use this, but you know what I need to do? I need to go down to Harbor Freight and get myself one of those little cheap belt sanders, so I can just be like, bzzz, and it's done. I prefer to do things by hand. I like doing this. But for time, oh, look at that. That worked out a lot better than I thought it would. Quicker, I should say. See, I'm the same way. I won't really pay attention, especially lately. Amen. Amen. You know, I used to be really involved in politics and stuff. And sometime around the early 2000s, I just stopped listening to political radio. Stopped being involved. My girlfriend's really involved. She absolutely loves it. She's probably like the Democratic Society and all that stuff. And I'm not going to tell you where I stand. But you know what? I will. I'm right in the middle. I'm not right. I'm not left. It's kind of like with gaming. You know, I don't have a brand. You know, I wasn't a Sega guy. I wasn't a Nintendo guy. I was, but I was a Sega guy. But I went to where I thought the games were. I didn't care who made it. And that's how I am with my politics. It's just like, if it makes sense, that guy's right. If it doesn't make sense, that guy's wrong. Or, you know, that gal, or fuck, even if a puppy ran, I don't care. If the puppy makes sense to me, I'll vote for him. I don't know. Jerome! Yo! Thanks for popping in, man. Creepers and creepers. Creepers and geekers. The geekers. The geeker and the beaker. So let me just tooth this up for a little bit of glue love. Not much, just enough. So on the Graflix lightsaber, this is kind of on the bottom. I want to say this had to do with the the flash showing, you know, if it was ready or not. I think it was a light bulb on the actual prop. But I decided to keep this gray just for the contrast. If you remember correctly, I said that I originally went gray and black with this. I just absolutely hated it. So I decided just to go black with the receiver. And this I need to... I think if I do this, it should go flush. Should go flush. Yeah, I printed this up yesterday. Pretty damn proud of myself. I'm like, I need a sanding thing. Thingiverse to the rescue. Free files. Yay. Oh my goodness, GameZar. What's up, my buddy? Everyone's starting to show up now. Mike's in the house too. And perhaps a few tweakers. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Especially when I was out in Arizona. You know, I played a few co-op games with a tweaker or 12 back in the day. DJC Game Studio. What is up? Alright, let's see if this will go flush now. No! You bastard! No, I'm just kidding. Now that everyone's showing up, I need to kind of take my time on this because it's almost done. It's almost done! But, yeah, I printed this bad boy up. I had so much fun doing it. That's great. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, that's perfect. Holy God. You don't get better than that. I know you can't really see it. You can't see it. So what are we 3D printing? You mean like what am I working on or what's in the background printing? Right now we're printing a house for a hamster. You know what? I can kind of put some of it together. I think it's going to go like this. And like this. And like this. And like, oh, I got to clean off the glue spots. But it's a house for a hamster. Right now we're printing the front of it with the door. And it says Leo's Bar and Grill on it. You know, we realized that the hamster was the only thing that didn't get any 3D printing love in the house. So we came up with a couple of ideas. I was originally going to print them. I got to clean the glue off of this. When you're 3D printing, you use a stick glue on the print bed to hold the pieces down while they're printing. I still need to clean these ones up, but we realized Mr. Leo doesn't have anything. So I was originally going to do a Castle Grayskull. It was going to be a Castle Grayskull hut, but it wasn't. It was too big for the home, his little cage. And if I scaled it down, he wouldn't have been able to get in and out of it. So maybe someday, if Mr. Leo or a different specimen, and we have a larger tank, I will make a Castle Grayskull little hide for him. Let's see, if you let the hamster lick the glue off of it, you might get superpowers. You know what? You're right. Yeah, the Castle Grayskull would have been epic. You know what? It's still an option down the line. Maybe if I find a free fish tank or something like that on the marketplace or even in someone's garbage, just bring it home and clean it right up. Sanitize it and then just give them a bigger home. Very well might work out. I'm scared about this. That took a lot to glue up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a couple of drops in here after the fact. But right now I want to put this right here. And you know what? On my test fit, friction fit, it worked just fine. I didn't have to actually glue it, but I'm going to because I like to waste materials. Oh shit, that's way too much. That's way too much. That's going to take forever to cure. All right, here we go. Ooh, right in. Nope, not. There we go. All right, let's see if I can't get my finger in there for the spill out. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. That works out really well. That works out really well. All right, so while that's setting up, I'll tell you a little story about my first attempt. I printed everything, and everything was working out pretty well, okay? And when I originally was going to go with the gray, I printed these two pieces together. Now, you notice there's a red piece here. What happened was I set it, and I went to bed. And I woke up the next morning to this still on the print bed, and then a bunch of spaghetti next to it. I found this on the floor, about 5-10 feet away from it. What ended up happening was this popped off of the bed and rolled off. And it of course, the machine doesn't know that, so it keeps spitting filament. That's what the spaghetti was. And the missus just came home. So I decided to print like a partial piece to see if it would line up. And I was just a hair off. This piece won't go in here. So if I do use this for an actual blaster, I'll have to Dremel that out. But that's the not so glamorous side of 3D printing. Here it is. Told you guys. Told ya. Awesome. Yay! And she brought me some cream eggs. We went to the grocery store yesterday, and I snuck these into the garbage can, into the carriage. And it got scanned, and we paid for them, but we couldn't find them when we got home. I guess you know what? I hate to pick on people, but I don't hate to pick on them. The individual bagging was kind of a nitwit, and I could tell right away that there was going to be a problem when we got home. I should have checked it before we left, but these weren't there, and I was sad. But my lady just made it good, which is interesting because I was kind of a jerk to her last night. A real bad jerk. And this shows the love and the bond, even though I can be a real prick. But she's like, I'm going to get him cream eggs anyway. I would rather her give me these than a kick to the balls, which is what I probably deserved. But fuck it. What are you going to do? Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of chitter chatter going on here. Legion of Dune headquarters. Make a great aquarium thing. Okay.
Can I point something out?
Can you do what?
Can I point something out?
You can point anything out you want. What?
So the Gorilla Glue.
What about it?
I think it comes halfway filled.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know.
You know what? We're going to go to another place and look at their Gorilla Glue. Maybe we'll go to Michael's or something. So I got my Gorilla Glue, this bottle here at CVS. And when I got home, I realized it was only filled to here. And she just went to CVS. And the same, I know you're not going to be able to see it. But this one's filled like that too. So we're going to have to do a science experiment and see what's going on.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. You know, watch out for the box. Don't trip on that.
There we go.
I know. I just don't want you to fall down.
Well, I'm about to fall.
Well, I'm about to fall too.
Well, she's been on her roller skates.
I was on my skates.
Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you go relax? Just go relax your muscles.
Sorry, I texted you, but and I figured you hadn't seen it yet.
No.
We're going to my mom's.
Are you going up to your mom's?
Yeah.
All right.
I need to sit for a moment.
All right. Now let's put the magazine in there.
I am incredibly dizzy.
Oh, yeah? All right, I'm going to let these set up before we put a couple of little greeblies on it. And then I think we'll just call it an afternoon. Yep, your hamster's hut is almost done.
Yay!
Oh, that's not going to secure. All right, let's do this. Let's put a little bit in here.
It looks good.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Did you just hit the printer?
It fell.
Your hamster's house is going to be all screwed up now. Since when do you like Snickers? All right, let me see what's going on in chat. Oh, snap cream eggs. Yeah, you got it right, man. They're so small now. I know this isn't. Oh, GameStar says howdy, Mrs. Creep.
Hi, GameStar.
I know this isn't a case of because I was a kid they seemed bigger. There's no doubt in my mind.
They've definitely gotten smaller.
They've gotten fucking smaller, and that makes me upset. Okay, hold on, guys. I got to give the old lady a goodbye kisses. Love you. Have fun. There's your psychological nudity, everybody. Her moaning. All right, give me a kiss, sweetheart.
Love you.
I love you too. Have fun at your grandmother's.
Love you. Have fun.
I will. I always have fun.
I'll bring my phone.
All right, you should bring your phone. Bring all your glasses and your shoes so you have them. If anyone can tell me what that reference is and you live in the States, hold on. Hold on. No, not you. If anyone can tell me what I was just referencing and you live in the States, I'll give you this. I'll mail it out this week sometime. You can have this prototype. It's not the prettiest thing, and there's a couple of pieces missing from it, but it will definitely cover your Atari 2600 cartridge port. All right, DJC Game Studios. This is all yours, brother. If you really want to, get a hold of me privately with your address. I'll get it out like Thursday or so, depending on when I can get down to the post. You're going to go to your grandma's too? All right, have fun, hun. Love you. Done in one. Nice. Saul Rosenberg. Yeah, you're a little late, games are, but hey, what's up, Generational Gamer? What's going on? It's a lightsaber. It's hard to describe. It's a crossover between Deckard's blaster gun from Bladerunner and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from A New Hope. My buddy designed it from parts that already existed on Thingiverse. And we're just putting it together. We're just throwing some glue. Oh, man. Let's see what else is going on in here. What else is going on in here? Oh, they are smaller for sure. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Looks nice. Got to get a 3D printer. Dude, you know what? Since I got my 3D printer, 3 of my friends have been like, I'm getting one. One of them got a liquid printer. Or a resin printer, I should say. And he didn't enjoy it. He didn't enjoy it. The prints come out great, but it really is a hassle. The resin printers, even the cheap resin printers, the prints come out amazing. But it's like so much hassle with those things. If you have the patience for it, I say go that direction. But I use a filament printer, and I've only used PLA. I'm going to start jumping into the ABS stuff soon here. You know what? There's a flat spot here. I should probably just put it down. The flat spot for you know, put it down. But it, you know what? It's a fun hobby. It's frustrating. I have a lot of failures. I really do. I took a picture of it. I've been trying to print a helmet, and I've had 3 times where I've gotten so far and wasted so much filament. And I don't want to call it wasting, because you learn, you know? And when you can learn from anything, is it really wasting it? But the material themselves got wasted. Thankfully, the most recent one here, I can actually show it to you. I was printing this. This is going to be an AT-AT driver helmet. But it's based off of a TIE Pilot helmet. And I went to print the top left half of the face, and that file was wicked corrupted. And it, you know, 1 day and 18 hours worth of printing and filament. And once it got to like the top third, it just went all a fuck. And this is the 3rd helmet I've tried to print. The first one was a size-based thing. It was too small. I didn't know to measure my head and make sure that the dimensions here were good. But I finally did that with this one. And I got this far. This is probably 6 days worth of printing. See, 2, 4, 5, 6 days worth of printing. And then that piece just was destroyed. I was like, oh. So I took a picture of all my failures so I could show people that, you know, 3D printing isn't all about the glamour. You know, I do have a lot of good luck with it, but I also have some failures that I don't show, because it's all about the positivity online. You don't show people that you guys sometimes argue and fight. You know what I mean? It always looks like roses when you're on Facebook. But thank God those files were sent to the right person, and they were able to fix them so I didn't have to re-chop up. See, the helmet was a full helmet. I had to resize it and then slice it up into pieces that will fit on my printer bed. And so it's not like I could take an existing file, give it to someone, and they could send it back to me. We tried to do that, and we didn't know if it would line up properly. But my buddy Mike, who designed this, was like, hey, dude, give me the files. Between me and a buddy of mine, we might be able to fix it. So my exact files are fixed now. And as soon as this hamster's fucking house is done, I'm going to start getting the rest of it printed up. But yeah, I mean, it's trial and tribulation. So if you get a 3D printer, there is a learning curve. Watch a lot of videos, read a lot of materials, ask a lot of friends that have the experience. Because I didn't the first day, and I had one good print and one devastatingly bad print, and I almost wanted to quit. And my buddy's like, no, this is what you got to do, blah, 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 blah. And since then, I've really had no problems aside from a couple of little hang-ups here and there. So if you get one, be patient with it. Be patient with it. I would recommend the Creality Ender 3. I have the Ender 3 Pro. It's under $300. More times than not, you can get it for like $210 on banggood.com. Great site. That's where I got mine. Plus, I got a free gift, which is still in transit. It's been in transit since January. I knew it wasn't going to be here until March. But all right, so and we're going to do a couple of greebs. We're going to put some greeblies on this bad boy. Let's see. What do we got going on? I have some downsizing I need to do before I set up and make another mess. Right? We want one that we haven't set up. Okay. More in television and Atari. Don't worry about it, bud. I'm working on it. We're going to get back into actually streaming games. But if you were on Instagram, pretty much every Sunday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I stream for an hour at 9 o'clock. Tonight we're going to play that night game, my last video. I'm going to see how far I can get in the hour now that I've got a few minutes of that game under my belt. What you see in that video is exactly all of my experience with it. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to play that tonight. I would play the latest Atari.io High Score Squad Challenge, but I don't have a way to play Odyssey 2 games right now. So, oh well, what are you going to do? Damn, I'm asleep by then. Well, what the hell, dude? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that looks like a great game, Jerome. You know what? It really is. When I saw Brian's Man Cave playing it, I was like, I hate to make a video about something he just made a video about. But it does. It looks amazing. It looks great. You know what? We're going to pause on the greebs for now. I want to ask my buddy where they're supposed to go. I want to get real hardware. That's part of the thing with this. You put real hardware in some of these slots. I think we're going to leave it at that for now. We're going to leave it at this. We'll just chat for a few minutes. And then I'm going to call it good. But either way, this is going out to somebody really rad. So be sure to get a hold of me. Be sure to get a hold of me so I have your address. If you're comfortable with that anyway. And I'll get this out to you, man. Lickety Split next week. DJC Games, I think. Studios. I think that's who did it. You can have it. Like I said, there's some issues here. You're not going to get a perfect piece. It's a prototype, and it was printed in low quality, but it's solid, and it'll do its thing. And you'll have one of my prototypes before I start printing out the actual sale pieces. So yeah, there you go. There's the Bladerunner / Star Wars: A New Hope. Let me do it so it's proper for you. Lightsabrr, and I think my buddy Mike did a bang-up job. This thing looks amazing. I'm already seeing one build flaw. There's a couple of spots here that need some hardware that I'm not going to be able to get to because of this. I'm sure this will pop right off, but I think I'll leave them. I'm definitely going to get some stuff for here. We are going to light this up in the future and probably get a couple of like little rare earth magnets to put in here so we can secure it. This will be the ignition button if it were to be a lightsaber that made ignition noises and such. Hold on. You know what? Let me get something. I'll show you how much of a fucking stupid little kid I am. My girlfriend came home with this for me, and I play with it all the time. I walk around the house with this on. If you don't know what this is, I'm just going to leave it at that. You should know what it is. It's not the the highest quality thing, but oh, I already had it on. There you go. Hold on. Come on, do the lock-up sound. But no lie, I will turn this on and chase the kids around the house with it. You know what I mean? But we are eventually going to work a way of making this do something similar to this. And maybe I can get someone to make a sound font that sounds like a Lightsabrr / Deckard's blaster. Like the ignition and the recoil, I guess you would call it, the whatever, when you put the lightsaber off. Sound like the blaster shooting or something like that with some kind of a pulse. I don't know. It's a sword. You're right. You're right. It's the Dark Saber, one of my favorite sabers of all time, next to Darth Vader's. I think the next saber I actually print is going to actually be Ben Solo's saber. I have the files in the old computer, along with about 3 billion other files I want to print. I still need to finish the He-Man sword, the power sword. That's sitting in a state of almost ready to paint. So I need to finish that up. But guys and gals, I really do appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me. I'm really interested in Amico. Can't wait till you get yours. I can't wait till I get mine either. But stick around. Stick around for the Alzheimer's Association and certain giveaways. I'm just going to leave it at that. So guys, thank you always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And if you start your work week tomorrow, I hope you have a bang-up start. I hope it starts positively for you. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. So if you're available at 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight, look the Atari Creep up on Instagram. We'll be playing that night game. And that's it, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, take care, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Creep it real, and bye-bye.